Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? It is 3:32 p.m. on, what is today? I don't even know anymore. Wednesday. I'm right outside Starbucks. I just did a review. And I'm very rested. As you can see, that this is yesterday's vlog for being filmed today because I slept straight through the evening last night. I went to bed last night, you guys, at like 11 or 11:15, and I slept until 1:30 today. I slept 14 hours. 14 hours. Oh my God. So, now I'm vlogging. So, enjoy it, please, because I was like, I have all these things I have to do today, and I was like, how am I going to fit all these things in there? And I have to go vlog for an hour. And I was like, we must vlog. We must vlog. By the way, the lighting is horrible right now, isn't it? Here, we're going to have to go down a side road, so maybe we can get better lighting. Okay, you guys, I have to tell you something so funny. So, Alex texted me last night when I was up. Where was I? Oh, I was at my meeting. So he texted me. So anyway, y'all want to know what I did yesterday? I guess that would probably make more sense for this vlog, wouldn't it? So yesterday I got up and I don't even remember what I did. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. So yesterday, I rushed around and got all my stuff done, and then I went to my home group meeting with Tanya Jean. We had a great meeting last night, and then I took her to get a fountain pop afterwards, and then I came home and I got Burger King because I was really, really hungry. And then I sat there and I watched the end of the 3rd episode of Welcome to Plathville. I didn't realize that yesterday was the 4th episode, but I was too tired. So I went to bed. I didn't watch the 4th episode of Welcome to Plathville. But while I was at my meeting, Alex texted me this link to this video because somebody on Instagram sent it to him. Somebody on Instagram also sent it to me. I can't remember what her name is. But anyway, so there's this dude in Indianapolis named, I think his name is Michael Poff. His channel is called Poffology. Okay, I will link it below. And he's done with it already. I didn't even realize. Well, first of all, okay, so he did a 14-day Petermonth vlog challenge. So, in dedication to me, like my 1400 vlog. Well, first of all, I didn't even realize I had vlogged 1400 vlogs. So, thank you, Michael, for acknowledging that. I didn't even realize that, number one. And number two, he wears a hat. Like I always wear a hat. In his vlogs that says the Petermonth vlog challenge on it. Okay, which is so fantastic. I want one of these hats so bad. And he's just like sitting in his car. Now I have to tell you, as someone that has lived a majority of my life having shade thrown my way, I was like watching this and I was like, okay, this guy is either like 100%. Well, okay, and this was also something that clued this into me, because he says in there that like his dream would be to like call in and talk to like the Klein brothers on like H Street, right? So they're like, Ethan Klein's humor is very like subtle, sarcastic, dry, right? And so I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, he is either like, although I don't know, like, if he didn't watch my vlogs, why he would just randomly pick my vlogs, because they're not like they're like, anyway, he is either, like, this guy really is 100% genuine and being very, like, it's very sweet that he did this whole, like, vlog. He was seen, like, he wanted to start vlogging, right? So it's either 100% genuine and he's just being really, really nice about the whole thing and saying, like, oh, I like Peter's vlogs and blah, blah, blah. And he seems to know a lot about, like, me and the Wolf Pack and all this kind of stuff, because he kind of references all these different things. And he even went back and watched my very first vlog. But then I'm like, he does this like thing on the beginning of his first video, and like he timestamps the vlogs, right? So you can actually see it like on the bottom if you're like moving like the time cursor. But he also lists them below, and so he puts on there like talking about books I'm not reading right now. He's like, I'm not reading any books right now, and I'm not listening to any audiobooks right now. And I'm like, okay, is this guy shading me? Like, is this whole thing like just shade? Because then but it's not, because he like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I can't tell, like, in all honesty. I mean, I really honestly enjoy it. Like, I think they're really fun to watch, which is kind of crazy. I mean, his vlogging style is very similar to me, so which I don't know what that says. Like, I like watching myself vlog. But I'm like, is he being serious, or is he like shading me? Like, I can't tell. It's because it's kind of like, if he is shading me, he's doing such a fantastic job, because his humor then would be so subtle that it's like, yeah, I'm like, I need to buy a pineapple this week. And I need to go to and there's one part he's like, what I love about Peter's vlog style the most is the silence. I'm like, is he totally throwing shade at me? He's like, which if he is, it's hilarious, right? But he's like, my favorite part of Peter's vlogs is the silence. It's how he can just pull over and look up and say, now what was that word I was thinking of? I'm like, this is so true. Like, I do this like all the time in my vlogs, right? So I'm sitting there watching it, and I love these vlogs that he did. They're actually really cute. They're really good, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell if it's a joke or if it's real. So can somebody please watch them and let me know? But anyway, Michael, if you're out there, we should do a vlog together. He lives in downtown Indianapolis. He literally lives like 15 minutes from me, maybe 10 minutes from me. So we should like do a vlog together. You should let me come pick you up, and we'll drive around Indianapolis and do a vlog together. It'd be hilarious. I can teach you all the tricks of vlogging. So anyway, Michael, reach out to me, email me, and email me at my business email address, which is listed below. And we'll do a vlog together. We'll drive around. I think that would be funny. 14 days he did this vlog challenge, so I haven't watched them all yet, but I've watched quite a few of them. Now, I will tell you that my vlogs are an hour long. His are 10 minutes. So, I'm just saying. See, I have to say that this is like what, like, we live in this world today where, okay, like if he made these videos, like I tend to believe that he's being very genuine, and he does like my video, because he's like, Peter like he's very complimentary. He's like, Peter has a great personality, and I love watching his vlog. I mean, it's very complimentary. So I tend to think that, and by the way, Michael, we need to get you some lip gloss too. Here's my new Wet n Wild lip gloss that I got, because I have one Lunar Beauty left. I also need to buy contacts today. So I have that on my list of things I need to do. But let me put a little bit of this lip gloss on. There's some silence for you. I tend to believe that he's being completely genuine with all of this, right? But you know, I grew up, like when I came out, all of the guys that I was friends with were like, I mean, throwing shade was kind of like a form of compliment. It's like what you did to each other. Like, you constantly, like Alex and I were watching the movie the other night, and I talked about it on here. We were watching the movie The Boys in the Band, and there's like a fine line between shade and cruelty, but like, you can't say anything about anybody anymore without somebody being like, you're bullying somebody. Oh, you're bullying somebody, right? Like, okay, you know, Jeffree Star came out with this. I like hardly ever say anything on Twitter, right? And part of the reason why is, to me, it's just not worth it. I'm like, why start a feud on Twitter that's gonna cost me an emotional roller coaster that I don't need? That is probably one of the greatest lessons I've learned in the last 2 or 3 years, right? But I think because my Twitter is so boring that like, people don't really expect me to ever say anything kind of just a little bit shady. Well, with my friends and I, you know, like, even with Tanya Jean, like, we shade each other left and right, like, constantly, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know, like, she'll get in the car or whatever, and like, let's say she, like, has on a t-shirt that says, like, Rolling Stones, and, you know, she's like a jean jacket on or something like that, and her hair, like, you know, kind of like teased up and whatever, and I'll be like, oh, okay, girl, you think you're a rock star, huh? You know, I mean, like, we shade each other, right? Like, and she'll be like, yeah, and look at you, what are you going for, lumberjack? I mean, we can, like, shade each other, and, you know, I do that with my friends, I do that with my husband, you know, it's like, my cousin and I do it with each other, it's like, and when I grew up, in the gay community that I did, it was even 10 times harsher than that, you know? It was like, we were reading and shading each other left and right, and that was just what you did, and it was funny, it was humorous, right? So if he is doing that, like, I appreciate it. It's because he is funny. Like, this guy, you can just tell he's naturally funny. But, like, so I put this thing out, you know, Jeffree Star came out with this all-green palette, right? Which, on the heels of the all-green palette, he announced that he was going to do, this lighting, you guys, with, I'm sorry, but it is whatever it is. At night, you can't see me because it's too dark, and during the day, you can't see me because it's too light outside. But anyway, so he put this all-green palette out. So I tweeted out, I said, when he, like, hinted at his new release the following week, I said, any guesses as to what next week's release will be? And I put, like, all red, all brown. I don't even remember what my options were, but it was, like, all red, all brown, or, like, Thanksgiving leftovers. I mean, you guys, let's just be for real, okay? A, that was a lame joke, and B, it was not even a read, okay? It was the truth, first of all, because he always does all this and he acts like it's the biggest deal in the entire world, right? I got comments underneath this thread and people were like, you're bullying Jeffree Star. What? Seriously? And people were like, it's so much easier to be nice than to be negative. I'm like, we're way too, like, we're too serious about stuff these days, right? Like, I appreciate a good read, okay? Like, I really do. Like, I appreciate a good read, you know? And I think that sometimes we aren't able to, you know, there's a difference between, like, there's some things that cross the line, okay? Body shaming, you know, all that kind of stuff. Using certain words, like, that's too far. Like, we don't do all that, right? But to shade or read somebody from a point of view of being kind of funny or being, you know, or whatever, like, what, I think we've gotten to a point where we can't do that anymore. It's like people don't know how to have fun anymore to some degree. It's like we can't have any kind of humor. It's like, you know, like, as a drama channel, I get accused all the time of being, like, the meanest person in the entire world, right? And Alex watches that show with, like, Morgan that was on the Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. And Lonnie Love is on there, and I don't know who else. But anyway, I watch that show with him. Like, you talk about shady. Like, they are shady, okay? And it's funny. It's hilarious. Andy Cohen, shady. You know? It's like, half the things they say, we would never get away with as drama channels. People would be like, oh, you're bullying that person. You're being so mean to that person. You know, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Do y'all realize that these people have literally, like, more followers than some European countries? And it kind of goes along with the territory a little bit. So I appreciate a good read. So Michael, if you are, I think it's funny. But I don't think he is. I think he might be kind of a little bit. I think it might, I have a feeling that might just be his humor. I can't tell. But you guys should go check him out anyway. It's called Popology. And he's doing other things on there too, other dramas. You know what I just realized? Was that he did a video, and I think it's called Making a Cup of Tea. And I did a video called Making Coffee in a Percolator. Is he continuing to shade me? I've got to pull over and look now because I'm like, is he continuing to shade me? Oh my God, like, am I just so stupid I don't see it? If that is the case, I am gonna die. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, he got in. He totally got in on this and I didn't even know it because I'm too stupid. Okay, hold on a second. Here's, we're at my second home, Burger King. Okay, I just had him pulled up. Oh, here he is, Petermonth Vlog Challenge Day 9. Banana bread and Christmas lights bring us all together. Pathology, 38 subscribers, I subscribed. Oh no, it was called our hot chocolate tradition. Oh, he's doing Vlogmas. He did a Halloween vlog introducing the Petermonth Vlog Challenge, Day 1. Oh wow, he got up to 20 minutes in one of them. I didn't watch that one yet. Oh, 37, my longest vlog yet, 37. Michael, I'm impressed, 37 minutes. Go on a walk with us. I wonder where he lives downtown. It looks like he lives like right in downtown. Anyway, you guys should go check him out. Oh, there he's got the Monument Circle. Banana bread and Christmas lights. Anyway, what is that right underneath there? Oh, James Charles put up a reacting to my old interviews, cringe. Oh, Bailey Sarian, don't you love her? She is so fantastic. Top 5 scandals at Miss Universe. So one night I sat like in my car in the parking lot of the post office and I watched like all of these hilarious, like all of, oh look, there's a Venezuelan flag in the background. I watched, or is it the Colombian flag? I can't tell. Do you know Miss Venezuela like is like, she's like basically like the president in their country. I mean like she is so highly respected. Like, girls grow up wanting to be Miss Universe in Venezuela. It's like such a big deal. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today, honestly. Oh, my battery's dying. Before I go out, I'm gonna change my battery. I don't even know how I saw that. Thank God I did, though. And I only have one other battery with me. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Do you know, it's interesting because I never really thought of, like, people wanting to know. This sunlight is driving me crazy, and there you can't see me really, but this, I never really thought that, like, people would be interested in wanting to know, like, how to vlog or something, you know? Like, and honestly, like, I never really thought much about, like, any kind of putting any intention into it or whatever. You know, the reason I started the vlog was because I was losing so many subscribers on my Petermonth channel. And so I was like, well, I want to have another channel. And I wanted to do something that I always wanted to do. And everybody was like, oh, you're not going to start a second channel, are you? Now look, I have 6. And I was like, yeah, I really want to start this other channel. And so I did. And do you know what's really interesting is that, okay, like at that time, I think my Petermonth channel was at like 40,000 subscribers. Something like that. And, like I have fought this deal on YouTube since the inception of my channel, is that like, I go like 6 months losing subscribers, and then I'll have 2 months where I gain subscribers. And they can't figure out what it is. And they've acknowledged that there's something wrong with it. And the last manager that I had, like, worked very closely with the technical team in trying to figure out what it is. And they're like, it comes from your page, something to do with like my homepage and where people subscribe and things like that, but they can't tell they can't tell other than that. Like, and there's people all the time that are like, I like your video, and then the like disappears. Like, as soon as I go out and come back in, like the like is gone. And it's like all these things, and they have acknowledged that there's something wrong with it, but they can't fix it. They don't know how to fix it. And I mean, they even at one time were like, why don't, you know, like, you could start your channel over. I'm like, excuse me? Start my channel over? Like, no, like, I'm not gonna do that, you know? And so that was why, and I've continued to do that. I'm like, right now I'm losing about 50 to 100 subscribers a day on my Petermonth channel. I've stopped fighting it. I'm just like, it is what it is. Hopefully people find my videos. You know, it is what it is. Because for a long time I complained about it, and then people were making fun of me, and, you know, then flash forward, you know, 3 years, it's happening to a lot of people, and a lot of people are like, oh my God, YouTube, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. Oh, well, when I said it, it was like people were making fun of me, right? But now it's a real thing, because real YouTubers out there, not just me, but real YouTubers out there are having the same thing happen. I'm like, whatever. So I just stopped fighting it. I was like, whatever, it is what it is. But anyway, that's how I started my vlog channel. Well, I had always, at that time, were they still, I think their channel was still going. And Michael mentioned this in his vlog. It's Will and RJ from Shep689. He said he looked and he couldn't find their channel. Maybe they took their channel down. I don't know. So Will and RJ were a couple that met in Florida. They were living in, oh shoot, why can't I think of the city now? Not Tallahassee. Is it Tallahassee? No, it starts with a G. Why can't I think? It's where the University of Florida is. Because they were both students at the University of Florida. And they got together, and it was like, their videos were not, their vlogs weren't long. Their vlogs were like 12 or 15 minutes long. And it would start off in the morning, and then they would like take the camera back and forth. And so like one of them would be like, Will would be driving to work, and he would have the camera like this in his car. And then RJ would be like on his lunch break going to Subway, and he'd be talking. And then it would be them at night, like going to Chipotle. Like they were like really, like they were one of the early people that was really big into Chipotle, I remember. Like I didn't even really know what Chipotle was, and they were talking about it, and then we started getting Chipotles here, and I was like, oh, I want to try it because of Will and RJ. This is where it's so funny to me that we talk about like the word influencer today. When you think about the things that like people really have influenced you to do, like they really got like Alex and I watched their vlogs together like for a long time, and they really got us going to Chipotle, because we didn't have Chipotle here, and then all of a sudden we started getting it, you know? And they had talked about it so much in their vlogs. And that's why I think, kind of, to me, the word influencer is so phony. You know, it's like, because I think today so many people see it as their job to influence people, where in the past it was like YouTubers and Instagram people were influencing people to buy things just because of the following that they had and the things that they were talking about. You know, so many things that I have gotten into, like, I mean, I originally started drinking that LaCroix because of Trisha Paytas, because she drank it in every video that she ever did, you know? She got me hooked on that, those corn nugget things, just regular corn that you put in, like frozen corn, buttered frozen corn. She got me started on that. You know, there's a lot of people that I don't watch today that got me started on stuff. I mean, hell, Shane Dawson got me started on diet root beer, you know, which I had drank earlier in my life, but I hadn't in a long time. There's a lot of people, you know, that I'll watch their stuff and I'll think, oh, that looks good, or I hadn't thought about that in a while, or oh, I want to try that, and whatever. You know, it's like Daniel Prada, Joey Graceffa's ex-boyfriend, was doing this whole thing about making a wreath the other day. And I was like, oh, I'd like to make a wreath. I think that would be kind of fun. You know, maybe I'll do that on my Peter Does Stuff channel, or I'll just do it for fun or whatever. Maybe Tanya and I could get together and do that. So I think like the whole idea of like what an influence has been lost, and this whole phony ass idea of like, let's influence somebody and get paid for it, when it really wasn't like that to begin with on YouTube. A lot of the innocence in YouTube, I think, has been lost. But anyway, so I watched them for a long time, and then they moved from Florida to, I think it was like, weirdos. That's all I have to say. Weirdos. But anyway, then they moved from Florida to Gainesville. Gainesville is the town I'm looking for. They moved from Gainesville to LA, because every YouTuber back then was moving to LA. Remember that? And then they lived in an apartment there, and they became friends with a lot of like other gay YouTubers. Like they were in videos with like a lot, like Joey Graceffa. They were in videos with. I can remember a video where he came over to their house or their apartment, and they had a dog, Dobby. And then they got married, and they their whole wedding was kind of vlogged. Not the whole thing, but pretty much I think the whole thing was vlogged. And then they vlogged every day for like 7 years. And then RJ made another channel. They had a website called Not Adam and Steve or something. Steve Not Adam or something. I can't remember. But anyway, it was like a blog. And then it was a lot about like their activism and stuff that they did, because they did a lot of activism. And RJ's identifies as bisexual, and so he would do a lot of videos about being bisexual, a lot of educational videos and stuff like that. And they were kind of like really, to be honest, like at the height of their thing. And then they decided that they weren't going to vlog anymore after 7 years. And I was like, I can remember watching it, and I was like, oh, there's trouble in paradise. Like, something's going on here, you know? And they were actually a couple that was very honest with a lot of stuff. Like, they wouldn't come out and say, like, we're having a horrible problems in our relationship. But there were a couple things that happened throughout the duration of their vlogging career that they addressed in their vlogs. And I don't know enough about it that I'm going to talk about it on here, because some of it is stuff that I take very seriously. But they did address it. They talked about it in their vlogs and whatever. So at about 7 years, they decided that they weren't going to vlog anymore. And I think after that, that they weren't going to vlog daily, but they said that they were going to vlog from time to time. And RJ continued to make a few videos on his channel, and then they completely stopped altogether. And then the last video that they made, I don't know if this is their last video still up on their channel or not, was they had moved into a house, and it was like a house tour video, and it was sponsored. And I remember it was very uncomfortable, and I was like, and it was like a betting like sponsorship, and I was like, this is so weird. Like, it doesn't even seem like they're together in the video. And they had a roommate, which I thought was weird anyway. Like, I don't know, like, I guess I know married couples that have roommates, but not a lot. I don't know a lot. I mean, LA's different. I mean, it's expensive to live out there, so that doesn't really surprise me, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting, you know, at the time, and it just didn't seem like they had had other people live with them. They had had a roommate, a college roommate, and they had somebody else stay with them another time, but it seemed weird at that time. And then they didn't put anything else up forever. And I don't even really remember if they like announced their breakup. I don't remember how I found out, honestly. Like, they didn't do a breakup video or anything like that. And then, but apparently it was horrible, because they've come for each other on social media left and right. I mean, still to this day, and it's been a couple of years. And it's been really horrific. But like, I was really, like, you can tell, I was like really invested, like, in watching I mean, I think you watch somebody every day, and I'm very conscious of this with my vlog. It's like, I know that there are people out there that have literally watched every minute of every vlog. I mean, I'm not my haters, but I love you too. But because I know that there's some of you haters out there have watched every minute of every vlog I've ever posted. God love you. Why would you want to watch 1,400 videos of somebody you hate? But hey, more power to you. But anyway, I know that there's a lot of you out there that have been like very invested in my life and what I've talked about in my relationship with Alex, and, you know, and all kinds of stuff. And I'm very conscious of that, like, and giving updates about stuff, you know, like, I think that's only fair. Like, if I decided that I wasn't going to vlog anymore, I would, well, first of all, I don't feel like that's a decision that you just make like that. Like, I feel like if I was going to stop vlogging, that would be like a decision that would kind of like, you know, be in my head for a while. And so I would probably come on here and say, like, I'm kind of thinking about maybe I want to end this channel, you know, which I don't feel like today. But, like, I think it's crazy to think I'm going on my 5th year of vlogging every day. But, that would definitely be something that I would, that, you know, like, I would talk about with you guys. Like, I wouldn't just all of a sudden not post a vlog over here anymore. I don't really understand how people get to that point. I really don't. And, like, I've witnessed it quite a few times on YouTube. And it's always interesting to me when people are like, well, they don't owe us anything. Like, they don't owe us anything. And I understand that, like, mentality of, like, a YouTuber doesn't owe us anything. Like, I agree, okay? Like, I don't think anybody owes you anything. But at the same time, like, kind of, I see another side of that where it's like, you've watched these people for years, you've inadvertently put money in their pocket by watching their videos, you've literally paid their bills for, you know, so many years, and then you don't get any kind of answer, any kind of conclusion. It's like watching a TV show for 4 years and then there just be no ending. I mean, it's so frustrating, isn't it? And I understand, you know, the whole idea of, well, they have personal lives and they don't owe us that. And I guess, you know, I don't know. I feel like when people have been nice enough to you to watch your videos and invest in your life, and when, listen, most of us are just boring people talking about everyday stuff anyway, like, don't you owe somebody a little bit for that, I guess? I don't know. That's just the way that I see it. You know, I was talking on here about Mark Miller and Ethan Heathcote. They're another, like, YouTube couple that I had watched off and on for a long time, mostly because they were from Indiana, and I knew people that knew Mark, that went to school with them, went to college with them, because I think he's closer to, like, he's maybe like 2 or 3 years younger than Alex, because Alex's friends knew him from Ball State. So, you know, they put a video out where they broke up, and then they took the video down, and then they were back together, and then they didn't really ever address that they got back together or that they had ever broken up to begin with, when they had done this whole video of Ethan moving out, and it was very emotional, and and then they did this video about 3 or 6 months ago where they had moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and they were in this house, and people, like, in the comments were speculating that they had broken up, even though they said they were back together, and they even addressed that video that they had put up and taken down. So anyway, I follow them on Instagram, but I don't really I don't, like, you know, watch it that closely. But I saw that Ethan had put up a video, and his video was he was back home in Indiana, and he was, like, out talking to the cows and stuff. It was, like, a really genuine, very just honest video. And he was like, we've broken up, and, you know, it is what it is, and I'm living at home again, and there's no shame in that. And I don't know, I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate when YouTubers allow you in on the journey. And this is my husband, so I'm gonna get off here and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. He was just telling me what he was doing. He was going to another work thing, and then he was going to be home after that. And I said, what is your plans? What is your plans? What are your plans for this evening? He said, I don't have any plans for this evening. He said, just kind of hang out and relax. I said, okay. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, I appreciated that, though. Like, not for me, because I could care less, you know. It's not like I watch them that closely anyway, but I feel like for their audience group, that's nice, you know, of people that are kind of like, well, what happened to Mark and Ethan? Are they around anymore, you know? And it's kind of interesting because, like, the comments in the comment sections, well, under his were nice, but, like, then I went back and I looked at their last video that they had posted on Mark's channel, which is when they were in Nashville, and people were kind of ruthless. People were like, you know, you guys aren't together anymore, and you're just faking it, and it was like all of these like accusations, which that's probably why YouTubers don't want to come out and say what's really going on. But wouldn't that, I would also make you think that would, it's so weird. I'm driving by this private Catholic school in Hamilton County, and, well, it's Garin High School, but anyway, and it's like completely full, the parking lot. Because Hamilton County in Indiana, school is like in full service, but like in Marion County where I live, like schools are like they're all like Zoom classes now. So it's weird seeing that, because typically when I drive by schools now, there's maybe 6 cars in the parking lot or something, you know, like administrators or something, and teachers. So there's never that many cars in the parking lot. So to see that many cars is kind of weird. Anyway, and to see, like, you know, people walking around and whatever. I don't know, maybe that's why people don't on YouTube sign off, or, you know, say like, hey, we broke up, or, you know, maybe if people are working on things, they want to work. I don't know, I feel like saying on there, you know, when Alex and I were having troubles, it was hard, you know, and like, but in retrospect, like, the more that I would talk about marriage counseling, and the more that I would talk about like the importance of marriage counseling, and it wasn't easy. I mean, we had really hard marriage counseling sessions where we were crying and hurt, and it just, you know, it was not easy. But the more I talked about it, and the more that I saw other people that would share their experiences with their marriage or their relationships, or more people that would say, you know, like, thank you, like, we went to marriage counseling because of you. Or I would get so many comments from people that would say, tonight we're going on our first marriage counseling, tonight we're going to our first marriage counseling session because of you. Thank you so much. Like, then I was like, okay, well, sharing that part of my story, like, helped people, you know? It's why it's important for me to talk a lot about recovery, because I want to normalize it for people and see that there are people out there every day that are living normal, boring lives like mine, you know, just driving around, running errands, and yada, 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 that are sober. Like, that's a possibility, you know? And, because I think so many people are really, really afraid of it, and really afraid of taking that first step. I mean, I think anything that's valuable or worth it in life, like getting sober, or marriage counseling, or any kind of counseling, or making any kind of steps to improve ourselves, is difficult. It is hard, you know, it's painful, it's scary, you know, and I think it's fearful. And I think that's where, like, it's interesting to me. Like, so many people want to be, like, called an influencer, but, like, when you think about really, like, using, like, I'm a believer that each of us have a story, right? And so whatever your story is, as having some kind of platform where people are watching your videos, like, you're blessed enough that people are watching, right? Like, even if you're just 100 people are watching, that's a platform to some degree, right? I mean, can you imagine getting 100 people in a room and you speaking to them? I mean, so 100 people is a large number of people, even if it's just that. And I've always been aware of that. And it's like, at what point do we see that it's not just, and don't get me wrong, I do sponsorships and stuff too, and I always will, as long as I'm offered them, you know, and they're things that I believe in. But at what point did it become just about selling stuff, and other than influencing people by telling them our stories? If you look on YouTube, like, a lot of the videos that trend and do extremely well are videos where people have gone through, I'm gonna have to turn because the light is so bad, you guys, so I'm not gonna continue to go down here where I usually do. But there are videos where people have shared their own you know, difficulties in life, or things that they've gone through, and they're sharing those with other people, and, you know, and helping other people, you know, and you know, sharing their adversities. And I think that's really cool, you know, when we're vulnerable enough to share what we've gone through in life and how tough it's been to be able to help other people, you know? And And you know, in all honesty, like, it really isn't, like, that's not something that's difficult for me. Like, I'm such a person that lives out loud anyway, in all, like, in my personal life, that, like, in my workshop that we're doing on Monday evenings, I was talking to my sponsor about this last night, or was it the night? It was last night, because we talked forever last night. You know, in my Monday night workshop that we're doing, our literature meeting, like, we're getting to a point where we're sharing some very personal stuff, because we're doing inventory, not everything with each other, but just like we're each using an example. And I said something, we were talking about like the level of being comfortable with that. And I said, you know, I'm somebody that lives out loud anyway, so I don't know, maybe that's just a thing of being sober. It's like, you get so used to sharing everything with each other, like, that, I don't know. I wish more YouTubers would. I do. I think that's the real side of YouTube that I miss sometimes, you know? And when I see that in a YouTuber share something very, very real and very vulnerable, like, I appreciate that, and I enjoy watching that. I feel like that's the human condition. I don't know. Do you know, it's interesting when I think about this, like, when it's time for me to, like, say goodbye to my channels, because I can't really, at this point, imagine, like, what would bring me to the point of saying goodbye on my channels, you know? Like, I don't know, when I'm 70, or when it just, I can't really imagine a time that I would decide, like, you know, people all the time are like, have you thought about, like, ending this channel or ending that channel or whatever? Because, like, for the last couple months, I haven't been as active on my booktube channel as I used to. Well, the reality is, okay, now I'm gonna have to face the sun from this side. Great. Will this thing help? No. The reality is that, you know, I have 6 channels now, and I would love to post on all 6 channels every day. I'm just not that organized, you guys. Like, I'm pretty organized with making lists and stuff, but I'm not that organized. I wish I was more organized. And this is called Starlux from Wet n Wild, and it was literally like $1.99 or $2.99 or something like that, and it's pretty good. I got it at Ulta, and it's not like super shiny either. I mean, it's shiny, but not too bad. So I always kind of like want to make sure, like, each day I try to post, like, well, my vlog, obviously, and then a drama video, and then a review video, and then a Petermonth video. Those are like the 4 that I'm always like, okay, I want to make sure I post on these 4 channels every day. And then my booktube videos are like today I have a video that I want to do, but if I don't get to it today, it's also a video, and it's like my November wrap up, so it's a video that I can do tomorrow, you know what I mean? So it's like, or a video that I could do on Friday, or a video that I could do on Sunday. It's not like it has to happen today. And back in the day, when I had started booktube, and that was my only channel, like, I was posting over there, like, all the time, because, that was my only channel that I was posting on. Now that I have 6 channels, and I'm really kind of falling in love with my Peter Does Stuff channel, because it's just so random, you know, that I would love to post on all 6 channels. I also sometimes think it's a lot to ask of people to watch 6 channels, you know, and like yesterday, I posted on my review channel, and I posted on my Peter Does Stuff channel, and on my Peterisms channel, and then on my vlog channel. I did do 4 videos yesterday, but I was like, no, I didn't really post that much yesterday. And then I think Sunday I took the day off from posting any kind of videos whatsoever. And, but see, then I start missing it, because I love making videos so much, right? And I sit down and I like, because like today I made my list of all the things I have to do, and made a list of you know, what videos I was gonna make and stuff like that, and I don't know. Look at those planes up there. I definitely could be a lot more organized than I am, and I wish I was. But I don't know, it's not time to say goodbye yet. I don't feel like it yet. I don't really like endings and closure and things like that. So, I mean, I'll probably... I don't know how long I'll do this. Like, you know, sometimes I play the lottery, right? I get, like, Powerball tickets and stuff. Actually, I have some Powerball tickets right here, and I haven't even checked them yet. But I know I didn't win because the Powerball's only gone up since I bought this. But sometimes I play the Powerball or the Mega Millions or the Hoosier Lottery or something like that, right? And I think to myself, okay, if you won $200 million, right? Like, are you telling me that you would still, every night, like if you were traveling and whatever, still want to like get in a vlog and drive around? I would though. Like, I still would do, I mean, I love all of this. And like, it's so cathartic for me and it's so relaxing. Like Alex just said to me on the phone, he was like, I know how, because he goes, what are you doing? And I said, well, I slept till 1:30, so I'm vlogging. And he started laughing. He goes, well, I know how much you love it, so I'll leave you alone. And because like everybody knows how much I love vlogging, right? And it's like, I feel like it's such a great opportunity that I even have people that would want to watch it, you know, which is so cool to me. And I don't know. Like, in all sincerity, like, I was talking about Michael at the beginning of this, if he's, like, being 100% genuine, which, like, 80% of me thinks that he is, like, how cool is that somebody would do, like, a 14-day vlog challenge? Like, what? Like, that's cool. I like that, you know? Like, I think that's really cool. It's really nice. So, I don't know. It's like, I just don't understand. I've always been very confused with people, especially the people that have, like, been given like a ginormous like following, you know, that just walk away. Like, I don't understand it. Like with Michelle Phan, if you ever watched her back in the day, she did this cartoon. She's back now, I think, but she did this cartoon talking about why she left like the beauty, you know, industry and being a beauty, you know, guru YouTuber and stuff. And she talked about how, like, at first it was because she loved makeup, and then it turned into this thing where she could like afford to take care of her family and herself, which was cool, right? But then it basically became this business, and she was compromising who she was because her channel had grown so large. And, you know, she would be sitting in boardrooms. I can see that part of the cartoon. It was such a well done little video. You should go watch it if you've never watched it. And she said she just had it. Like that, she just didn't want that anymore. Oh my God. That guy literally almost just hit that guy. People are crazy drivers, I'm telling you. Literally just almost T-boned this guy. So, I get that, and you know, like, this is where gratitude plays into it. Sometimes I think to myself, maybe that's why I don't have, you know, 10 million subscribers. You know, maybe, well, I mean, because of a lot of other things, but you know what I mean, in like the grand scheme of things. Maybe that's why I don't have, you know, maybe that's why I do continue to lose subscribers and then gain them back, lose subscribers and gain them back, to keep me humble. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a point on YouTube, like I've seen this happen with so many people, that they get to a point and then they kind of lose sight of that innocence of when you start and you just turn the camera on and you love the process of it. And you know what I mean? Like I loved that so much when I started that I don't ever want to lose that, because I still have it, you know? Like, especially like on my BookTube channel, it's so funny because like every booktube video I make reminds me of like where I first started. And like my Peter Does Stuff channel, like I get so nervous making videos over there because it's new to me, right? And I don't really know what people expect or what they think and whatever, you know? But it makes me sad, I think, and maybe that's, you know, a part of gratitude of like just, you know, in practicing gratitude for the last 24 days, specifically with this magic book by Rhonda Byrne, like all of my YouTube stuff has shown up a lot on my gratitude list. Like I'm extremely grateful for, you know, everything from, you know, people following each and every one of my channels, to watching my videos, to the suggestions that people have made to me, to people reaching out to me in DMs, and just the compliments and the nice things that people say to me, to people like buying merch, to cameos, to candles, which by the way, we're working on a holiday candle. And, you know, and just all kinds of really cool stuff. And, to somebody like wanting to do a vlog challenge over, and like that, what a nice thing, you know, like what a really cool sentiment or compliment that is. I don't know, I just feel incredibly blessed. And I think maybe, you know, don't get me wrong, I'd love for all my channels to be, you know, over, you know, a certain amount of, but what is enough? Like, I guess that's the question too, is like, what's enough? You know, like if all of like, you know, okay, so my Petermonth channel is like over 200,000, and then all my other channels are like around in 20s or 30s. Like if they were all over 100,000, would that be enough, or would I then want 200,000? Would I then want 500,000? And then what becomes enough? Would I then want 6 million? You know, what becomes enough? Where, when are we ever happy? I guess, you know? Like I'm happy today. Like I can say that every day that I wake up, I feel absolutely blessed to be able to do what I do on YouTube, right? Would I lose that? Would I become less grateful for what I have? Would I take it for granted? I wonder if that's what happens, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Feeling very blessed today though, so it's not time to say goodbye yet. I don't know when that will be. Anyway, I'm going to get off here now, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook, because I am listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to the J.C. Dugard book, Freedom, which is kind of interesting, and some of it's interesting, and some of it's kind of boring, and I really need to finish it, and I really wanted to finish it last night, and I didn't, so I've got to finish it today, so... Since basically I have to read a book every day this month. Oh, I actually did get, it came yesterday, with my peppermint shaving cream from The Art of Shaving. Also came my Alice Oseman book, the second one in the Heartstoppers graphic novel series, book 2. So I'll be reading that later today. That's on my list of things I want to do today. Anyway, I'm going to get off here now. I love you guys so much. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!